Before we get into today's video, guys, I just wanted to let you guys know that I've actually started up a Discord server. There'll be a link in the description, but do be sure to come and join it, chat with me, influence decisions on the channel, rank up, perhaps even become an admin, and yeah, let's go straight on with the video. Take number 6, this voiceover. I've done a lot. Anyway, g'day everybody, my name is Wild, or it's just Wild, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be going over all the changes I'd like to see to Cubecraft Games. Or not to say what I'd like to see, but what I think could improve the game a little bit. Now, quick disclaimer, I absolutely love Cubecraft Games. It is my favourite server ever, including Hypixel. And these are just suggestions. I'm not saying the server is bad in the slightest without them. I'm just saying it could be a tiny bit better if these changes were implemented. I'm not sure. I'm not a game designer. But anyway, yeah. If you're watching this on the Cubecraft forum, down below this video, there'll be a poll for you to vote on any of the changes that you agree with in this video to increase the chances of staff seeing them. If you watch this on YouTube, there should be a link in the description to the poll and the post on the forum for you guys to vote. But yeah, do be sure to leave a like down below, subscribe with notifications on if you are new. Comment down below any other videos, whatever they are that you'd like to see, and I will try my best to get them out. And yeah, just wanted to let you guys know as well, I haven't finished with command block tutorials or anything. I have got a couple lined up actually. I've been creating some of my creative world. But yeah, there's just been lots going on with Cubecraft Games recently that I've wanted to cover. But yeah, you should see a couple more of those coming in the near future, plus a tutorial on how to build a fully automated UHC using command blocks, which I absolutely love building. It's been awesome. But anyway, yeah, let's just get straight into it. So the first change, before I go into the changes to the minigames, is just a new minigame. Now then, this doesn't have to be do this minigame or do that minigame. I just think that any sort of minigame that you don't already see on any other of the Bedrock servers, the 5 default ones that is, so Hive, Mineplex, Cubecraft Games, Mineville City, and Lifeboat Network. And the one I've thought of is a UHC. If you don't know what this is, it stands for Ultra Hardcore, and basically 30, 40, 50 players, maybe less, doesn't really matter, spawned in survival. It's just normal survival, mining trees, getting tools, getting stuff. And then PvP turns on after a set amount of time, so people can fight. So basically aim is to get tons of armor, get good weapons, be the last person standing. But it doesn't have to be this, just any game mode that the 5 default servers don't already have. Just make you stand out from the rest, you know? And I truly believe something like this will get lots of attention from Bedrock players. Anyway, that's just that out of the way. Now let's get in with the changes to the already available minigames. So, first up, Minerware. I love Minerware, and it is an original game mode in itself, actually, that only Cubecraft has. However, I feel like there are some changes following the recent update in April to it, that I think will continue to improve it. Swig of water. So, number 1 is the ability to vote for the boss game. Now then, so maybe at the start, you can vote on which boss game you'd like to see. I think this would make it much more enjoyable in some scenarios. So before the April update, so before TNT 1 was released, me and my mate were just playing. We played about 10 games. Every game we got colour floor. We were just looking for bow spleef. We wouldn't get it. It was quite annoying. But yeah, that would just be quite a good change in my opinion. Number 2, this is quite a big one, but seasonal microgames / minimaps. So Cubecraft already has a seasonal minigame, for example, Snowman Survival, that came out in winter. However, I feel like if they had a microgame or better boss game that rotated seasonally, this would make the game really enjoyable. Also, maps. So for the TNT tag microgame, if you don't know what that is, it's basically hot potato, but with TNT, and there's multiple deaths basically. If maybe in winter there was a snow map, and in summer there was some sort of beach map. This would make the game quite enjoyable and add quite another layer to Minerware. Now, Egg Wars. Egg Wars is my favourite game mode. It's one that I play most competitively, I'd say. But I feel that there should be an update for it, as there hasn't been a major one for quite a while. Egg Wars is my favourite game mode, as I said as well. So number 1, I feel like there needs to be some price changing of items in Egg Wars. Now then, this is just my opinion. Maybe the playtesting has proved that whatever I'm saying, just chuck out the window, and that's fine by me. But the biggest one is ender pearls. I believe ender pearls are just too expensive. Maybe 32 diamonds would be good, but it's a one-time risky use. It shouldn't be a stack of diamonds for it, in my opinion. And then, so it should be cheaper, and bows should be a teeny bit more expensive because you can get one really quickly and it can just still wreak havoc. This would have been quite a large update as well, and playtest a lot, obviously. Also, maybe the introduction of 1 or 2 items and or blocks to make the game feeling fresh as well. So, for example, stone potions, as they have in Hypixel Bed Wars. And I think following the new Nether update, when it comes to Bedrock, there could be a few items and or blocks from that'll be great includes. Number 2, I think the saturation, so hunger, is a great thing, so you do lose hunger. But I think you lose it a bit too fast at the natural level. I think if there was a way to make you lose it a little bit slower, because I'm having to buy steak all the time. Yeah, I only buy steak, I never buy carrots or anything. It does take quite a while just to get all that iron, so it is really annoying. But if that was included, that would be great. And number 3, some Egg Wars games can last for ages. So maybe if after a set amount of time all eggs were destroyed, it would just speed up the games a little bit. Now on to Sky Wars. I love Sky Wars, and it's just such a classic game mode, even though I am terrible at it. So number 1 is more items. I feel like if they addition with maybe fishing rods or water bucket, things like that, it could really keep the game feeling more fresh. And number 2, more predictable spawn chest contents. This is quite a complicated one, but some games I'm spawning in, I'm getting chainmail, chest plate, enchanted, and enchanted chainmail boots. Another game I'm spawning in getting nearly full enchanted iron armor. And I think if it was just less luck based on what your spawn is, so maybe you were guaranteed from 5 to 7 armor points of armor, maybe that'll be quite a cool change. And to make the game a bit less luck based. I mean, I am quite unlucky, so. Anyway, now on to last game mode, survival games. This has just had a recent update, and a great one at that. However, I feel like more needs to be added to keep it at the same level as other game modes. So number 1 is some realistic maps. So I believe survival games is based on, if isn't it similar, to the Hunger Games, which is a book and film by Suzanne Collins. And I think it'd be cool if there was a map built around the Hunger Games map in book 1, or something like that. And maybe a couple of others similar. This would just be so fun, if you know what I mean. And number 2, maybe some sort of automated feast, quote unquote, where chests refill at mid with a little stuff in, maybe a speed potion, golden apple, arrows, things like that. Not too powerful, but just powerful enough to draw everyone to the middle, to speed the games up a little bit. Now, swig of water. That's all I have for the game modes. I do love them so much though, so Cubecraft, you'll do such a great job. Now let's go on to changes that I think could be across all the game modes, or just more than one of them. So the first 3 are kind of just based on my personal opinion. Number 1 is ranked. So I feel like for the competitive players, they should have the option to compete in ranked versions of all the game modes. And the Egg Wars is also ranked solo, ranked duo, ranked squads, and things like that. And this would split up sweats and casual players often. So the normal games would be less full of sweats, so casual players can have a bit of a better time. And it'll be usually more enjoyable for the ones you play casually, and often more enjoyable for the more competitive players as well. Number 2 is win matching. So maybe just in ranked or in all of them, you could players will match into the same game in accordance to the amount of wins they have in that game mode. This could just be terrible and not work at all, I don't know. But it would be quite a nice change to add. Number 3, leaderboard resets. So there's a leaderboard for each game mode, but I think maybe after a set amount of time, the leaderboard resets. So all their wins go down to 0 and all that. No, hear me out on this one. Everyone still retains their stats, so you don't lose all your wins and all your kills and all that. You just lose your wins from the leaderboard, but you still retain your amount of wins you've had over your lifetime. I think this should be really good for people who maybe they've gone away on holiday or they've just had a break for a week and they've just lost out. They've just gone back, dropped down the leaderboard to 50th place or something. This just let it be easier for them to catch up later on. Number 4 is more/rotating kits. So I think in some of the game modes, survival games and egg wars specifically, there should be maybe 1 or 2 added kits to allow more of a custom or interesting game. I think it should also be kind of random, so every game, 3 of the 5 kits are selected for you to choose from, so you can't just choose from all of the kits each game. Number 5 is the option to randomise things. So for example, if you have an Egg Wars rank or Sky Wars rank or anything, you can vote for hardcore, normal or overpowered items in their respective game modes. And maybe these people had the option to randomise, so their vote would be added to a random one out of hardcore, overpowered and normal. And it's the same with your kits. So maybe you could select a random kit out of the ones available and it would give you a random one and not tell you. This would be quite cool for challenges, like the random kit challenge or whatever. And make the game a bit more randomised. Number 6, maybe a slight siphon in some game modes. Now, if you don't know what siphon is, basically when you get a kill, you heal a little bit of health. And I think in all PvP game modes, so basically everything but Minor, there should be a slight siphon, even if it's only of 1 or 2 hearts. It would really help, because sometimes you're fighting someone and someone just comes in and cleans up when you've won and you're on half a heart. If you just heal up 2 hearts from that, that would really give you another fighting chance in that battle. And the last one is /P private or just private games for some people. So maybe it's just for VIP ranks or just for YouTube rank or something like that. But the option to make yourself a private game. So this should be quite fun because obviously sometimes you're a YouTuber, you want to do a challenge with one of your mates or something like that. Or it's just quite fun and just another way to play Cubecraft Games. And again, none of the other servers on Bedrock really have that. So it'd be quite fun to do. Anyway, that is all the changes I've come up with so far. And as I've said multiple times, these are all suggestions. I do love Cubecraft whatsoever, so if these weren't implemented, it would not be a big deal. And again, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just throwing suggestions out there. If they would be terrible for a reason, that is perfectly fine. But yeah, I just think these would be quite cool. So do comment down below on the video. If you're on the forum, just click a link to go onto the video. And yeah, comment any other changes you think would be good, and whether you agree or disagree with the ones I suggested. Also, do be sure to vote on the forums, link in the description of the video, below the post, for anything that you'd like to see out of the things I've said, to increase the chance of it being seen by staff members, devs, people like that. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Do consider leaving a like down below and subscribing with notifications on for more uploads. And I will be back in 2 or 3 days with another video, but until then, peace.